Good evening. It is I, your favorite fluffy vampire, Bluma. Hi. Hi, Jose. Hi, Animatter. Hi, hi. Alright. There we go. There's the game. Oh my gosh. It's been a minute since we've done any Hakuoki, huh? And don't worry, there is no sound in the game right now. So, if you're not hearing anything, it's because the game is shy. It just doesn't have any sound on the menu, I guess. It has been a minute since we've done any Hakuoki stuff, huh? Yeah, it has. I'm thinking, and I put it in the title and the thumbnail, but Hijikata was the most requested to be the next guy we romance. So what's this game about? So you play as the daughter of a doctor, and the doctor is missing, and you need to get him back because there's this disease that is causing soldiers to just die, but they're not really dying. They're turning into what the game calls the Fury, and the Fury is a demon warrior who feasts on human blood and has super strength and super speed. No, they're not vampires. What are you talking about? Definitely not. Totally different. But anyway, this doctor that is your father supposedly has the cure to get them to be human again. So you have to find him. And on your journey to find him, you run into the Shinsengumi, which is, I forget exactly who they are. This game is very much just tied to historical events. I'm not fluent in my Japanese history, so I mean, allegedly it lines up pretty good with the history of Japan and certain battles that happened during this time period and such. Basically, you run into Shinsengumi, which is this band of samurai men who do kind of the dirty work that no one else does, and they get kind of a bad rap, but they're good guys. They're also looking for your father to cure the Fury problem. Whoa. And so you just kind of run into them, and they're like, hey, if you're his daughter, you maybe will help us find him quicker. How about you hang with us? And you go, fuck yeah, I'll hang with you guys. And that's kind of what this is. It's about us hanging with the Shinsengumi. It's a romance visual novel. Unlike Higurashi, because we've been reading Higurashi together for a while. I will warn you guys, there are going to be actual choices in this book. This one is one of those ones where it's like, we gotta figure out what they want to hear. Like, it's gonna be like, do you go right or left? And you gotta be like, oh, fuck, which way's, what do I do? So, back with Daddy Hijikata. Yes. Like a Ronin? Yes, like a Ronin. Yeah. And yes, we're gonna try our best to do the Hijikata route. I feel like we'll have an okay time, because last time we did Iba, and I love Iba, of course I do, but his route definitely feels like one of those ones that you should not be doing first. Remember how we got to chapter 5 and there was just a 10-minute scrawl of text that told us what happened to everybody else? Yeah, this time we're gonna be in the middle of that shit. We won't just read it like that. Oh, and by the way, last night this guy died, this guy ran away, and this happened. And we're sitting there with Iba holding hands like, huh? What? This time we're gonna be in the thick of it. Because Daddy Hijikata leads the Shinsengumi. So, and also we had a really spicy scene with Daddy Hijikata in the last book of Hakuoki, and we weren't even on his route. So, I can't wait to see what the fuck's gonna happen here, Hey, yo, yeah. Yeah. So we'll get right into it. And I say we're gonna try our best, because I don't remember if you guys remember at all, but we got Iba's route, the good ending, by sheer chance. It was just me going, I think he wants this, and for once in my visual novel otome career, it was the right choice. And we got his good ending on the first try. Can't say that about the second book. Oh, and that's the other thing I should explain. So Hakuoki Kyoto Wins is, think of it as part 1. This is what sets up your route. This is how you get into your man's route, right? This whole book is going to be us trying to get in Hijikata's, circle, if you will. That's what this book is going to be, is us trying to riz him up. Hakuoki Edo Blossoms, which is the next Hakuoki book, will be us playing Hijikata's route. Makes sense? I hope so. We're doing that from the beginning? Yes, we're doing it from the beginning. How else would we know, Ryusu? How else? Ugh. You remember that? Yeah. You need to watch the VOD? It was good, yeah. So yes, I think we're gonna skip the prologue, because me explaining what the Furies are is basically what the prologue is. So we're just gonna skip the prologue. Bluma. Yes, keep Bluma. Yeah. Unless it makes us read the prologue, then we will. Skip the prologue! Yes! Yeah, I mean, I've basically explained to you already everything that happens in the prologue. It's her saying, I need to find my dad. Her talking about the Furies. Hi? Hello? Remember that time when Hijikata and Eva were on the same screen? Yes! God, you and I were both giving it our all to rizz up that man. Oh, there's still no music. Okay. Was it morning? What happened to me? I attempted to recollect myself. Ah, yeah. Right. All at once, the events of the previous night rushed back to me. This isn't my room. My limbs were snugly bound in tight knots, so all I could do was wriggle around in bed, twisting the blankets around me. Oh yeah, because, like, well, they think that she can't be trusted, so they did tie us up too. I forgot to mention that part. Like, we're still earning everyone's trust, which is why we need a whole book dedicated to trying to rizz up one man. I yearned for the comfort of my own futon, but the futility of such thoughts only forced me to confront the reality of my situation. If only I could wake up from this strange nightmare. But I could not. Those men from the night before must have taken me with them to the headquarters of the Shinsei-gumi. Buma Yukimura. Definitely a real Japanese name. Tell ya, man, oh man. Hell yeah. What will happen to me now? I inhaled deeply, lying down to await my fate. Oh yeah, hold on. I just remembered. Fuck you, Inoue. Oh my god. Hold on. Oh. Give me a sec. We gotta remember... Remember how quiet it was? I gotta remember how to open the menu so I can tell them to talk louder. Because guess what? This one's voice acted. I don't have to do all the reading. It's gonna be really exciting. Uh-oh. As soon as I figure out how to open the menu. Not that button, apparently. Maybe I can't open it yet. What the fuck? Where's the volume? Hello? Wait, was there not voice acting in the first one? Do I have to read his lines? Uh-oh. Forgot which button it was. Yeah, I thought it was for sure like M or something. Huh, maybe we just don't have the option yet. It was voice acted? Both of them were, weren't they? Yeah, right? Of course, how improper of me. Thank you, Inoue. Now, if you could follow me, they've been discussing what to do with you since the morning. For now, they've decided to hear out exactly what you saw last night. Okay. I nodded curtly and struggled to stand, but my body was sore from being bound up all night. Inoue treated me with something like courtesy, but it was clear that I was the lesser position. He must have been able to guess my thoughts, however, because he smiled at me and winked. I know they seem scary, but they are truly gentlemen. You don't need to worry. Oh. Even at home, I heard rumors of the vicious Shinsei-gumi that were unflattering. Are we dumb? I don't know, man. Wait, no. That's the skippery! Don't do that! Okay. No, it must just be like we don't have the option yet, right? Because like that's how you save too, is bringing up that menu. Maybe. Inoue led me to a room and opened the door. I stepped inside and found myself surrounded by the leaders of the Shinsei-gumi. Their eyes dug into me like sharp knives as I stared before me, and they gulped nervously. Good morning. I take it you slept well? What? Okay, yeah, no. There's voice. The apple orchard? Okay. Hold on, let me quick try and Google it. Because there's at least music that's supposed to be playing, like, now. Oh my god. Okay, let's see. What the fuck? Okay, wait. Menu is I, it says. Oh. It's not opening the menu. What is happening? Did I break it? Look at the VOD, yeah. Maybe back in the menu, question mark, question mark, question mark? Okay, okay, let's close the game. It's not closing. Oh, there it goes. Okay. And then we're going to try and relaunch it. But run as admin. That usually fixes a lot of things. That fixes a lot of things, usually. Okay. What the fuck? It's not letting me run as admin. It just, the options are open the game or not. Get fucked, it said. See how that volume works. There's definitely supposed to be music though. Oh my god. Okay, sound settings. BGM. Character voice. Oh, like all the characters are set to max. Okay. I'm flabbergasted. I don't know, man. I don't know why it's like this. Donkey mode activate. Maybe at some point you could do it. Yeah, I don't... What the fuck's happening? This works just fine. What? Except when I click off of it, though. I am so confused. Why does this only work for the opening movie? It's the game then? Right? Anyway. What the fuck is happening? Did you uninstall the game long ago? I mean, I did, but then I reinstalled it. Is that... Could that fuck it up? Could it actually fuck it up? Hold on. How do I even fix this? Now we know. What? I uninstalled it, but then I reinstalled it to play it. I'm so confused. Why is it just not working? Bruh. I don't know what to do. Okay, what if we stop the game? Pause. Stopping. What if I tell it to run the game from here? Wait. Properties. Updates? No. Installed files? No. No? No. As I'm reading, some say that the game needs to be in your main drive. Fucking for real? Okay. We'll do that. It's definitely not in my main drive because I was running out of space. So, okay. Uninstall. Uninstall. Install. I don't have enough room on my main drive. Okay, hold on. We can do it. I just gotta uninstall something else. Uninstall. Uninstall that. I don't need that right now. Uninstall. How about now? No. Uninstall that. How about uninstall that? Okay. There we go. Installing on the main drive. Too much Blythe fan art on the main drive, huh? Yeah, it's not helping. It's not helping. Also the 40 gig Miku game with Elden Ring and Genshin and Honkai. Everything was on the main drive. All those big ones all together on the main drive. I just uninstalled Miku because it's been a minute since we played it. I'll just reinstall her later. No big deal there. Definitely don't want to risk it for the biscuit and uninstall Elden Ring though. That would be crazy. So anyway, how you guys doing? Y'all excited to maybe read a chapter of Hakuoki? I realize I still have the background for Edo Blossoms, but it's fine. It's not like you're gonna see the logo anyway. Resetting your net. Alright, good luck out there. Oh, damn. Yeah. Yeah, she thick. She thick. But at least, hopefully this makes it work, right? Because if not, I will cry. I will definitely cry. Or, if this doesn't work, I'll install Edo Blossoms and we'll just skip to the good part. But, like, I did want to kind of read both parts of his story, you know? I didn't really want to jump right into the middle. Like, that'd be dumb. That's why I want to know both. Definitely not spicy Blythe mods. Those exist? That's disgusting. Where? That I would know. Oh. If it doesn't work, I will cry too. Yeah, same. It's such a good one. Like, there's a reason it's kind of like a staple for the Otome games. Like, there's a lot of people really like it, and for good reason. It's pretty good. Also, I noticed that, like, they weren't animated. Like, the sprites, like, they're not animated a lot, but, like, they blink and their mouth moves when they're talking, because that's all voice acted. That's why I was like, oh my god, yeah, this will be another good one. I won't have to read so much, and then blah, blah, blah. Alright, it says it's downloaded. Let's go. Alright, fingers crossed. Doing good, just wish Christmas was already here. Yeah, you a Christmas person, Jose? I'm not. Let's go! Let's fucking... I'm gonna turn it down. That was so loud. But let's go! Let's go! Yo. Shout out to Antimatter figuring that out. Oh my god. Let's fucking go! Alright. Use Bluma, yeah. Let's get back to it. skip that fucking prologue. We don't need it. We're a strong, independent sheep, and we don't need no prologue. This ain't... It's the one Ron Swanson, right? The I know more than you. This ain't my first rodeo, chief. Like... Animator 1. Bluma's computer 0. Yeah. Yeah, you go to visit your grandparents? Oh, that's nice. Hell yeah. I hope you get to have, like, a nice, long, relaxing vacay, then. Alright. I'm gonna hit Skippery to try and catch us up, okay? Okay. Hold on. Should I turn that up? He's a little quiet, huh? I turned it up. He smiled quirked as if removed my ropes. My wrists, however, were left bound. And you are? Inoue. When I die, I want Inoue to lower me in a grave so he can let me down one last time. He's done nothing but fuck us over. I definitely have not played visual novels for all my teen years. Yeah, same. Couldn't be me. The only form of love I've ever known. Thank you, Inoue. Okay. I nodded curtly and struggled to stand, but my body was sore from being bound all night. Inoue treated me with something like courtesy, but it was clear that I was in less position. He must have been able to guess my thoughts, however, because he smiled at me and winked. Oh. Even at home, I heard rumors of the vicious Shinsegumi that were unflattering. It was hard to imagine that the people in charge of such an organization were gentlemen. Despite Inoue's reassurances, it was difficult for me to trust what I was hearing as accurate. Excuse me. Inoue led me to a room and opened the door. I stepped inside and found myself surrounded by the leaders of the Shinsegumi. Their eyes dug into me like sharp knives. I stared before me and gulped nervously. Ohayo. Well, it wasn't particularly comfortable. Oh, you know what I just realized? Hold on. Oh, can I not open the menu still? Okay. Menu window is I. I wanted to turn down the background music now that we're actually hearing their voices. But I can't open the menu, so... Oh well. We'll have to deal with it for a minute. For a minute here. Quite silent, I stared at Okita. With his grin still spread across his face, he glanced over to Saito. I don't think Saito did anything wrong. You, on the other hand. There he is. Target acquired. There's our man. Hijikata's voice broke no further in subordination. Okita shrugged and fell silent, but then his smile lingered on his bright eyes. The man who spoke was... well, he looked more like a boy than a man. Maybe this was the youthful Shinsegumi captain that the Inoue was describing to me. I'd imagined the leaders of the Shinsegumi to be older, maybe middle-aged men, but their faces were still blessed with youth. In fact, one might confuse them at first glance for a gang of bohemian thugs.
ガキとか言うなよ、平助。
だな。世間様から見りゃ平助もこいつも似たようなもんだろうよ。
ガキ扱いしていいのは俺みたいな立派な大人になってからだぜ。
立派な大人ってまあ新八が言っても説得力も何もねえよな。
Two nearby men replied to Toto with very mocking but light-hearted tones. I somewhat recall the Inoe's description of the two energetic members. His mention of them was brief, but seeing them in person was an eye-opening experience. He said that the short-haired one was Nakakura, and the other with long hair was Harada.
うるさいな。おじさん二人は黙ってなよ。
ふざけんなよ、このお坊ちゃまが。俺らにそんな口聞いていいと思ってんのか？
平助におじさん呼ばわりされるほど年は食ってねえよ。新八は俺はね。
てめえ裏切るのか佐野。
へへ、新八さん図星されて怒るって大人げねえよな。
Their back-and-forth rapport seemed developed into a rhythm over the years of friendship, which predated my arrival and made me foreign here. I sensed something apart from the curiosity towards me, though like a fleeting animosity. Despite their cheerful levity, they had not forgiven my presence among them. Suddenly, I wanted very much to go home. I wanted to leave this place and never return. My chest tightened and I stared down, hoping to wake up in a bed that was mine and this was all a memory. Oh. His voice was calm and warm, and I felt myself relax even just a little bit. As he finished speaking, the rest of the men nodded solemnly in agreement. I wondered who could possibly command such fear and respect from these men. And the man called Sanan and Hijikata stared at one another with a smirk. Hijikata and Sanan sounded distant when they spoke to one another, not exactly friendly. Still, the man who spoke had certainly sounded as though he had thought they were friends. Did it work? Yeah, it's working. We got her. When you say chief, do you mean to say you're the most important man of the Shinsegumi? So because the game wasn't on the main drive, yeah, it looks like it. Rada glanced over at Kondo and let out a bark of laughter. Kondo had looked rather disappointed when Hijikata spoke, but he perked up at Harada's words. Despite knowing him for 5 minutes, it's easy to see the words he resounded well with his men. He had a sort of charisma that simply drew you in, a man who is impossible to hate. Yo, that dude's all talk. All talk? Yeah. Yo, what's bro waffling about? Yeah. As he finished, Saito turned to look at me. I didn't see anything. Even with my insistence, Hijikata continued to stare at me with a harsh glance. Saito remained expressionless, and the smile on Okita's face didn't change.
なあ、お前本当に何も見てない？
Yeah, I didn't see anything.
見てないんならいいんだけどさ。
あれ掃除の話じゃお前が大使どもを助けてくれたって話だった。
No, that's not true. I glanced over at Okita, and his smile remained. Whatever he was thinking was a mystery to me. I was running away from the Ronin. Then some people in the Shinsengumi uniforms appeared. Really, they sort of rescued me.
つまり大使どもが老子を切り殺してる場面をしっかり
I couldn't exactly deny that. However, I knew that choosing to stay silent would implicate me deeper than lying would.
つまり最
I
初
feel that Saito and Hijikata look alike, but Saito having short hair. Saito has long hair, though. I think Hijikata's is longer, but like Saito has a ponytail too. It's just down low, not up high.
寝がすな。それ自体は悪いことじゃない。
I wasn't sure what to make of Harada's words. My presence seemed bad for the Shinsengumi. Would their next words be ones condemning me to death for being at the wrong place at the wrong time? My voice shook, and I knew I had to try. I won't tell anyone, I promise.
偶然老子に絡まれていたという君は私たちに敵対するものとまでは言いません。君の言うつもりはなくて相手の誘導尋問に乗せられる可能性。
His voice was still warm, but his words were cold, and I began to feel my chances of life slipping away.
話さないというのはこの者が新選組に義理だとする理由。
約束を破らない保証なんてないですし、やっぱり解放するのは難しいですよね。ほら、殺しちゃいましょうよ。口封じするならそれが一番じゃないですか。
But
そうじゃ。物騒なことを言うな。お上の民をむやみに。
you just noticed the ponytail? Oh yes, it's on his shoulder there.
そんな顔しないでくださいよ。今のはただの冗談ですから。
あんたが冗談に聞こえる冗談を。
After being rebuked by Saito, Okita gave a playful smile.
しかし、なんとかならんのかね。まだこんな子供だろう。
私を何とかしてあげたいとは思いますが、うっかり漏らされでもしたら一大事です。私は副長のご意見を伺いたいのですが、いかがですか？
Wish I could look cool with a ponytail. Yeah, I feel that. The men looked to Hijikata, listening intently. He sighed and then glanced around the room.
俺たちは昨晩指導に背いた大使を粛清した。こいつはその現場に居合わせた。
それだけおっしゃりたいです。
実際このガキの認識なんかその程
Yo, that pose, yeah.
けどよ、こればっかりは大義の上にも内密にしなきゃなんねえことだよな。新選組の大使は血に狂ってるなんて噂方じゃ
Wait.
俺らのタイムにだって支障が出るぜ。
Shinpachi's words made sense to everyone. Hijikata's face looked grim.
おい、言葉を慎め。俺は指導に背いた大使を粛清した。
でもまあ、どっちみち見たことは変わらないんですけど。
Feels nostalgic going back to this game. It really does, doesn't it? Yeah.
俺は土方さんやこの
This was like, I think, the first visual novel I read on the channel. And we did, fucking what's his name? We did the Demon King's route. I forget his name, but yeah, he was, ooh, that's a good route too. That's a good route too.
俺は逃がしてやってもいいと思う。
Oh my god, I keep hitting quick load somehow.
あいつらが血に狂ったり
It was amazing, it really was, yeah. What do you mean, everything? I couldn't help but wonder aloud, and the mood in the room shifted in icy silence. Hot out of 10.
ますます君の無罪放免が難しくなっちゃったね。
何したるもの死ぬ覚悟くらいできてんだろ。お前も諦めて腹くくっちまいな。
There's a Demon King route? Yeah. It's pretty good. Yeah. A man? Oh, that's right. They still think I'm a boy. With everything else that had happened, I completely forgotten how I was dressed.
確かに潔く知るのも男の道だな。俺もわか
Don't mind me, just gonna go download this game. He's really hot too. I think out of all the guys, just physically looking at him, right? I think he's the best one. I think he is. I forget his name and I'm so sorry. My king. Iba is great because I fucking love Iba. I'm kind of a sucker because Iba's whole thing was like, he was your long lost childhood friend who made a promise to like love you forever and shit like that. He was very sweet. I like Iba. But yeah, now we're doing Hijikata. I have no idea what the angle to this one's gonna be. The spicy scene we did have of them was really, really fucking good. So I'm getting a little antsy, you know, as to what the fuck else is gonna happen. The jokes were barbaric, but they both broke into raucous laughter.
結論も出ないことですし、一旦このまま部屋に戻しておきましょうか。同席させた状態で誰かが機密を漏らせば勝負。
He was right. If I remained here with them, then I could easily hear something I wasn't supposed to. I didn't think he'd mention it for my sake, but rather for a possible concern for the group. I was still relieved when he brought it up.
そういうことにするか。ちょっと調べたいことがあるし。
私もその判断には賛成しますよ。ここには迂闊な方も多いですしね。
そんなんさ、わざわざこっち見て言うとかきついよな。
仕方ねえ。迂闊なのは俺らの担当だろ。主にエースとかな。
そんな責めるなよ。俺だって悪気はなかったんだからさ。
I could hear Toto's voice rise as everyone turned to look at him. He looked at them for a bit, and then turned to me and mumbled in a voice I could barely hear.
あのさ、悪かった。
I was still apprehensive about what they might do to me, so I couldn't quite respond to him well. Wasn't Ito's name? No, Iba. His name was Iba. That was the guy we romanced last time we read it, was Iba. The demon? I don't know. I don't think it was Ito. Yeah, I don't think it was Ito. You know what? Let's just fucking Google it. Hold up. Hakuoki Kyoto wins. Demon King. Why does it literally bring up everyone? Wait, hold on. I think it's... yeah, it's Kazuma. Chikage Kazuma. That's the name of the demon in this. Like, Demon King. Yeah. Shit, I'm getting so distracted. Hold up. Let's get back to the game. He didn't understand, and I curtly managed to nod. It was most I could manage.
それじゃ斉藤、こいつを頼む。
承知しました。行くぞ。
Alright. After returning to my room, I'd spent some time reflecting upon my state and my still bound hands. The rumors spoke of the Shinsegumi as vicious men, but they seemed more intimate, human to me. Still, their presence, or their being, lingered through me, as if to say, we're not killers, but to protect our code, we must bring death. Remaining here is only bringing me closer to the possibility of them killing me. I don't know if I can convince them to spare me. Kazuma was hot out of 10 for real, for real. He really was. His route was really good. I'm also like, that's one of my other favorite tropes, is the one that he goes through. But like, I won't spoil it, you know. Just as I have no loyalty to them, they have no loyalty to me, only the Shinsegumi. But then, they mentioned a man must always be ready to face death. So are they still mistaking me for a man? Could I possibly risk exposing my true identity in exchange for a mercy of my life? She's got that extra strength rose-tinted glass. Yeah! So half of the men show their chests and the others don't. Anyway, yeah. Exactly. Love it. Oh boy. But this could just easily backfire on me, and it could exact an even worse fate. I was truly at a loss for what I should do. Okay, see, this is the bullshit I was talking about. Now we gotta make a choice. And it's not like... What worked for us in the Ebo route, right? If I remember correctly, what worked for us was going, okay, where would Iba be? Because Iba's not in the Shinsengumi. So we had to do everything in our power to get the fuck away from him. So it was kind of easy to figure out. But like this one... Like, okay, is he gonna think I'm cool and brave if I try and find a way to escape? Or should I sit here? So that way, and explain my situation so he doesn't see me as some just reckless kid. You know what I mean? We're gonna have these debates a lot. And this is just the first question. Okay? You know what I mean? I think I'm gonna sit here and explain my situation. Because he's the leader, right? I think he'll be pissed off if I try and escape after he said to go wait in my room. Know what I mean? I know, mate. I know. Explain the situation? Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, too. I think we're gonna go with that one. I'll tell them the truth. Perhaps if I did, they'd understand my dilemma. Perhaps they'd think I'm from Kyoto as well. If I told them I'd only just arrived in Kyoto, they might lower their guard, or so I hoped. I don't know anyone in Kyoto, and I've only come to look for my father. He'll think we're obedient. Hell yeah. Okay, that's good thinking. That's good thinking, Antimatter. I haven't even told them I'm a girl. The rest perhaps could wait, but I felt that it might be wise to tell them that I was a girl. I took a deep breath and screamed loudly. Excuse me! Is anyone there? After a few moments, the door slid open. Several faces appeared around the edges.
囚われの身分で俺らを呼びつけるなんてよ。で、自分から声をかけてくるなんざ、そろそろ腹も決まったのか。
No, that's not it. I want you to hear me out.
おそらくあんたの事情は汲めないだろう。それでよければ話すと。
お前の運のなさには同情する。成仏してくれ。
ほら、男なら諦めが肝心だろ。
They all spoke as if they had already consigned me to death. It was time I made my choice. And I... Okay. Alright. By the way, if it's blue text, that means we used that choice in a previous route. It doesn't mean anything other... It doesn't mean like, oh, this is like a good choice. No, it literally means that we picked that in one of the other routes we read. So, I'm thinking we just decide to tell them why we're here, right? Because giving up sounds like bullshit. I know he doesn't like that, because that's what that whole spicy scene was about, was him being like, you can't fucking give up. Look at you, you gotta fight. And if I just say I'm gonna boy, that's like kind of... I feel like that's more in line if we were going for one of the 4 guys in the room, right? Because they like be like, I'm not a boy, and they all could see you as a woman. You know what I mean? So I think that one's for like the 4 guys in the room right now. I'm thinking that top one, decide to tell them why I'm here, will be the most keep the lie up for a while. I think, yeah, but I think this is the right one for Hijikata. He would want the info. He wouldn't care if I'm a man or a woman, at least for now, right? Maybe later he'll be scared of that gay panic if he thinks we're a boy still, but you know. Makes sense, yeah. I turned to Saito. He was cold, but I hoped he meant that he would hear my reason as well. I'm looking for someone. Unfortunately, I don't actually know anyone in Kyoto. I only got here yesterday afternoon. Alright, okay, see that shit? That means we made a good choice for someone. And because it was on top of Saito, we made a good choice for him. That isn't to say that we didn't also get a point in the Hijikata calculations or whatever. But when we see that butterfly go on the moon in front of a character sprite, that means we did something good for their route. So, and it isn't like some other visual novels where it's like, oh, if we get a point for Saito, that means we can't get the Hijikata good ending. So there's that. I just thought I should explain, because we skipped the tutorial. Let's make him question his sexuality before revealing we're a girl. Then you're nothing more than a lone girl looking for... Oh, see, he knew right away. I didn't even have to say it.
今の今日は治安があんまし良くねえし、人探しは楽じゃねえよな。って女？
I like Nagakura. We had that fun scene with him in the last route we did too, where it was like he was explaining something political to us, and we just go, "Wow, I didn't think you knew that kind of stuff." And he's like, "I'm sorry, what?" And we just kind of said, "Well, bro, I thought you were a fucking dumbass." But he's fun. He's fun. You figured it out?
少し見ていればわかる。あんたの仕草も女子のもの。
That's how I sat, wasn't it? I didn't spread it. I didn't man spread when I sat down. That's how they got me.
ちょっと待ってよ。女って本当なのか？そう言われてみると確かに動きがおしとやかな感じだ。
I don't want to hear it from you, ponytail man. Ponytail boy.
そうだよな。まあ俺は最初から気がついていたぜ。
俺ってやつは女のことは知らなくて、だからその
He is fun. He is.
言葉もないか新八。女関係は最高に疎いもんなお前。
だってよ、最初に言ってくれなきゃ。
ひとまず副長の元へ戻るぞ。当然だがあんたにも来てもらう。事情の説明、全員が揃って改めて。
Out of context, I'm pulling for Miyabi. Hell yeah. Bro got called out. He did. He looked at me silently, nodded. I nodded too, unsure of what else I could do. There I was, surrounded once again by the leaders of the Shinsegumi. Just in the back of all their heads being like, oh, thank God, it's a woman. Kondo was nodding his head repeatedly, as if he were agreeing with a very intelligent suggestion. For him to notice the softness of my features, well, it flattered me a little bit.
しかし女の子を一晩縄で縛っておくとは悪いことをしたね。
でもよ、女だって言うが別に証拠はないんだろ。
Oh my god. Proof?
証拠も何も一目瞭然だろうが。なんなら脱がせてみるか。
許さんぞ。注目の中、女子に肌を晒させるなど言語道断。だがな、
それが一番手っ取り早いと思ったんだ。
でもよ、本当に女だって言うなら殺しちまうのも忍びね。
何甘いこと言ってるんだ。男だろうが女だろうが性別の違いは生かす理由にならねえだ。
I love a man that just wants me dead. Oh, such a gentleman. Yeah. Well, we don't know if that's a woman. Looks at us up and down like.
今日の治安を守るために組織された私たちが無益な殺生をするわけにはいきません。
結局女の子だろうが男の子だろうが今日の平安を乱しかねないなら話は別です。
Okita's another one that I was really interested in doing his route. But it'll have to wait. We're doing Daddy Hijikata right now. Uh-huh. The Shinsegumi had already suffered a very gruesome reputation in Kyoto. If rumors spread about their men were thirsty for blood, things would likely not go well for them. Kyoto would banish him, and with no one to protect the people, the city would erupt into chaos. Each of the members deeply understood the consequences of behaving rashly in these times.
悪いが
Okita kind of fine. He really is. He is. And like okay. We talked about this every time we do Kyoto wins, right? They all have like the kimonos on or whatever they're called. I don't know what the exact word is. Forgive me. I don't want to like misspeak. But like, and they look fine, right? Samurai men, long hair, kimono thing, got it. But in Edo Blossoms, they all wear like a military uniform and cut their hair, and they are so fucking fine. Okita gets so much better because he gets rid of that fucking man bun. Oh. Anyway. Oh my god. And yeah, Daddy Hijikata in Edo Blossoms. Oh. I think those are kimono. Okay. Okay. I just didn't know because it's like, is it different? I don't know. Oof. Yeah. When the time we saw him when doing the Iba stuff in Edo Blossoms, Hijikata was on the screen for like a little bit there, and both Risa and I were like, oh fuck, damn, maybe we should have gone with his route. Don't blue ball me. Listen, we get there when we get there. We have to set it up or it's not gonna be as good. We can't just start in the middle of the romance novel, right? Okay, we gotta go through this first. We gotta get through him wanting us dead. Let me see the image for a sec, BRB. Alright, good luck out there.
荷物はわずかな着替えと一月分の小銭通通の手紙と手紙には幕府御殿医松本良順の名前おそらくそこを訪ねたお前の目的は何だ
The minute my name was spoken, the vibe in the room shifted immensely. Everyone wore a stunned expression, eyes wide, and no words uttered in response, until...
土方さん、その名前は
おいおい、偶然にしちゃできすぎだぜ。
まあ待て、それを判断するためにもまずは君の話を聞かせてくれるかな。
At Kondo's behest, I stood up to speak. My name is Bluna Yukimura. Under the watchful eyes of the leaders, I sharply described how I came to face them, how I lived in Edo, how I'd come to Kyoto to find my father, how lonely the city felt before I arrived.
そうか、出身も江戸だったのだな。父上して、お父上は何という
My father is Kodo Yukimura. I'm back, and one word. Yeah. What are you talking about? Sheesh! Right? That's what we're saying, man. We gotta get through Kyoto wins before we get to have the treat, okay? These are different kimonos, okay? You know my father? The silence is enough to tell me that the revelation of my parentage caused a pronounced change in their behavior. Huh? What information are you talking about? Let's just say kimonos though. Yeah, okay. I just came to look for my father. I swear I don't know anything else. The loose long hair, damn, yeah? It gets good, man. I was only aware of my father being in Kyoto for his medical work, but I haven't seen him since last summer. That's all I know. So what do you know about my father? Where is he right now? Please tell me. You're after my father? So that means... I see. A huge wave of relief came over me. let out an audible gasp, but Saito continued without paying me any mind.
生きている鉱山の中に乱歩利用価値がある存在だ。
I wasn't sure what else to do, so I nodded. My heart pounded in my chest, threatening to burst onto the floor.
近藤さん、どうでしょうか。同じ人物を探す者同士、彼女に手を貸してあげてはいかがか。
手を貸すとはどういうこ
高堂さんが見つかるまで互いに協力し合うということです。彼女に協力してもらうことで高堂さんが見つかる可能性は格段に上昇するでしょう。
Huh?
私たちがいくら探しても姿形を変えられてしまっては見抜くことは難しい。ですが高堂さんの娘である君ならば身なりが変わっていようと看破できますね。
Yes, of course. I nodded as I spoke, while giving him what I hoped seemed like a steady, reassuring smile.
彼女が手中にあるというのは何かと都合がいいと思います。
どうだとし、三男君の意見に俺は賛成。
こいつが本当に何も知らねえって言うんだ。
It's true. All I know is that my father headed to Kyoto. I don't know anything else. And about last night, I didn't see anything.
まあ、あの乱歩医の娘となりゃ殺しちまうわけにも。
His eyes narrowed as he looked down at me.
夕べの件は忘れるって言うんなら、父親が見つかるまでお前を保護して。
君の父上を見つけるためならば、我ら新選組は協力は惜しまんと。
Thank you so much. I'd never imagined something like this. I was elated to have escaped death, but not only had I survived, I'd found my first decent lead.
殺されずに済んでよかったね。とりあえずはだけど。
He gave me a same wolfish grin. There was no denying that my situation was still less than desirable, but it didn't matter for now. Yes, I'm very glad. Against all odds at last, I'd found help where I'd never expected it. The Shinsegumi. My first day in Kyoto was quite the adventure. In spite of everything I'd seen, my fortune was improving with every step. I still had a long way to go, but keeping positive was my only hope.
雪村君、よかったね。
Yes, thank you. It's a pleasure for me as well.
なあ、ゲンさん。こんなことなれば、ここのような男女体では申し訳ない気がする。
ええ、そうですね。これはちょっと困りましたな。
Hana crossed his arms and thought deeply.
不便があれば言うといい。その都度可能な範囲で対処しよう。
Thank you.
まあ女の子となりゃ手厚くもてなさんといかんよな。
心拍さ女の子に弱いもんな。でもだからって手のひら返すの早すぎ。
いいじゃねえか。これで豚書が華やかになると思えば、新八に限らずはしゃぎたくもなるだろう。
I wasn't entirely sure I believed that sentiment.
とはいえ、ここでは女性として扱うのは難しそうです。大使として扱うのもまた問題ですし、彼女の処遇は少し考えなければなりません。
なら誰かの交渉にすりゃいいだろう。近藤さんとか三男さん。
You're gonna look at the VA, see if you can find anyone you can recognize. Didn't we learn that Cosmo was voiced by that one guy? Like, he sounds like Dio. But I don't remember if we actually figured that out or if we just both assumed because it sounded so similar.
やだな、土方さん。そういう時は言い出しっぺが責任取らなきゃ。
Kyoto! We assumed, I guess. Yeah. It sounds like him. Like, a lot, so... Oops.
ああ、そうだな。都市のそばなら。
そういうことで土方君。
Haha.
彼女のこと
I'm your assistant now. Who sounds like who? Kazuma, the Demon King, sounds like Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I don't know if it's the same voice actor or if we both were just like, oh my god, that sounds just like him.
勝手に決めてるんじゃねえ。
As I watched their back and forth, some of my earlier relief began to ebb away. And this is how the Shinsigumi had come to look after me. Neat. 1864, February. My water bottle. I slid the door open and met a breath of cool morning air. Clumps of the thick clouds trundled silently over the city, an unusually strong wind driving them along. It's cold today. I shivered a bit and grabbed my jacket from near the door to wrap around myself. A week had passed since I began living in the headquarters of the Shinsigumi. I was given a room of my own, but they made it clear I wasn't to roam freely. They weren't the best accommodations, but given how close I was to being murdered, instead I thought it's best not to complain. Still, do I really need to dress like this all the time? I sighed, staring at my feet on the cold floor. They'd given me a temporary accommodations, but it wasn't without its strict conditions.
お前の身柄は新選組預かりとする。が、女として屯所へ置くわけにはいかねえ。新選組にかくまわれている女がいる。そんな話が万一にも広まれば、噂を聞いて行動さんを狙っている奴らがお前まで狙い出すかもしれない。もちろん行動さんが狙われていると確定したわけじゃねえ。こういう不確定要素が多い現状で迂闊な行動は取れねえってことだからお前には断層を続けてもらう。
Clear. His reasoning was sound. Perhaps more than that, I knew he wasn't concerned not only for the Shinsigumi, but also for the safety of my father and myself. I didn't have a choice, regardless, but keeping this in mind made his orders more palatable.
たとえ君にその気がなくとも、女性の存在は体内の風紀を乱しかねない。
Hijikata's VA also does James's voice from Pokemon. That's crazy.
ですから私たち幹部のほか、大使たちへも君の事情は話しません。情報はそれこそどこから広まるかわかりませんからね。
I understand the situation. So what should I do while I'm here?
屯所じゃ何もしなくていい。部屋を一つやるから。
あれおかしいな。この子誰かさんの故障になるんじゃなかったですか？
Oh, he does Blade from Honkai Star Rail? Oh. Sheesh. I have Blade. I love Blade. He's like my main DPS.
いいか、掃除。てめえは余計な口出しせずに黙って
Sheesh. Yeah. Before long, I'd been there for a week. I guess I don't have much of a choice. No sense in dwelling on what I can't do after all. Although it was still a new sensation, I'd grown comfortable in dressing like a boy, particularly the feeling of wearing pants. I straightened up and touched the kodachi that Hijikata had given back to me. It was a familiar friend of mine, the blade by my hip stretching back as far as I could recall. According to my father, this was an important heirloom passed down through the Yukimura clan. As such, I was forced to take lessons in swordplay, making me well aware of what the blade was capable of. I'd never cared much for weapons. Weapons hurt people. Which is an obvious factor, but it was more than that, at least for me. The voicer of Kazuma was Kenjiro Suda, also known for Nanami. Oh, hell yeah! That checks out, that checks out. As a child, I thought nothing of it, but as I grew older, I began to realize that I was not quite normal. My father insisted it was a gift of the gods, but that I should tell no one. I didn't tell anyone, of course. I was afraid they would treat me like some monster if they knew. Ever since then, I'd done my best not to get hurt. I stayed as far from the blades as I could, and before I realized it, I developed a fear of them. My constant need for disguise was frustrating, but my condition left me more than unsettled. Still, that wasn't the only thing on my mind. The rank-and-file soldiers treated me coldly. I'm not just imagining it, right? I learned having a private room was a privilege, even for the captains. For a child to arrive and receive better treatment than most of their own captains. Well, no surprise really for the soldiers to be hating me. True. I suppose I don't really blame them. I was enjoying the Shinsegumi's hospitality, and so I felt I should keep them in some way. I should help them in some way. But I knew nothing of the soldiers and their ways. It gave me as much effort as possible despite Hijikata's commands for me to remain in my room. How does one calm the lonely, restless mind? To think for the soldiers, whenever the captains or other officers would look out for me, it appeared as if they were giving me special treatment. They're just watching me. To make sure I kept my mouth shut, they took turns keeping watch over me. Any mistake on my part would cause huge trouble, so they were making an effort to keep me contained. Even if I could speak with the soldiers, what conversations could we share? Nothing? My only respite for any possibility of detection would be to stay alone. Again. All I wanted, though, was to find my father. Even though they'd promised to help me, keeping me locked up without the ability to leave was no better than being tied up. Just when it felt like I made some progress into my journey, my search was kept at a halt. Perhaps I thought I could talk to Hijikata, if he would give me permission to look for my father. Oh no, that's right. Hijikata just recently departed to Osaka. Well, if Hijikata's not here, I wasn't sure what to do. Alright. Hijikata said to stay in the room, so I guess we're staying put. To be completely honest, staying in the room was awfully boring. Nah, considering the predicament, you need to follow Hijikata's orders, Bluma. I didn't want to cause a disturbance on top of what I've done. The consequences would be... Man, what am I doing here? The forlorn Maltese wafted over me. The room was nice, of course, but also practically empty. It wasn't uncomfortable, I suppose, but not comfortable either. Nothing to pass the time. Here I thought I'd get used to doing nothing. My father's business required him to take trips frequently, sometimes for days at a time, and so I'd spend a good deal of my time at home on my own. This isn't quite the same, though. And back then, I always knew that he'd be back, eventually. Waiting for someone you knew who would return, and waiting for what you didn't quite know, they are two completely different things. When will I be able to start looking for my father again? I wonder. My reflections all manifest into sighs eventually.
探したぞ雪村君。ここにいるとは思わなんだ。
What, in my room? Kondo smiled brilliantly at me as he stepped into the room, holding a tray in his hands. Sorry. I wasn't sure what to make of his words, so instead I silently bowed.
もしやここが君の部屋なのか
For now, yeah.
なんと俺は女子の部屋に無断で立ち入ってしまったというわけか
Oh, no, it's fine. After all, it isn't as though there's anything here I wouldn't want you to see. Oh. Wait, can I open the menu now? No. How did I do that? How was it quick saving? Huh? Man, we're gonna be in some fucking hot water when we get to rereading this and there's no way for me to save. That's gonna suck. Well, that's not it. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Stop. No, we're not ending just yet. I just wanted to save. I just wanted to save.
星野
I just wanted to. No! It won't let me save! I don't know how that quick save thing popped up either. That's why I'm like, I was clicking buttons. Oh my god. Oh, that's the computer settings. There's a button for that? Holy shit. I have no idea. Because the thing online says it's I to open the menu. But like I doesn't do anything. J is to quick save. But that doesn't do anything. So, yikes, guys. As I looked down the tray, I could barely stifle a sudden squeal of excitement. On the plate, he arranged several colorful candies and a cup of warm green tea. Thank you very much. I cautiously reached out to take one of the candies. It's delicious! It had been a while since I had any sweets. Something about the small, colorful candies seemed so adorable that I couldn't help but smile. Use the controller and press triangle? Oh wait, for real? Risu, the genius! Oh, is that why? Because I never had a controller plugged in before? Oh my god! What? What? Oh, there's the last time we played it, guys. March. Alright, we'll save on file too. Oh, Risu. Oh my god. 329. Yeah, it's been a few months. Oh, well, fuck yeah. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas. Kondo possessed a warming presence that made me feel safe and watched while I ate. Wow. Yeah, it's true, but it seems better to know my place. Rushing things would only make it more trouble. So, just as Hijikata suggested, I plan on waiting it out just a little bit more. Oh shit. Bitch, he better be. Hijikata? Caring? I could see that, right? Let's not fuck her up. Let's not tell our man he's bad before we even meet him, right? Like, I can see that. No, that didn't seem right. But then again, I told myself Kondo knows him much better than I do. I guessed that to be the case. If the commander doesn't think it's time for me to leave yet, then I trust him. I'm sure you all know what's out there better than I do. I hadn't spent much time with him, but it was obvious that Hijikata was no fool. He was intimidating, of course, but he was a man of good intentions. Alright, thank you. Thank you! He hadn't done much, to be honest, but Kondo's visit had cheered me up greatly. Of course, the conditions of staying in my room were left unchanged. However, the creature comforts of spending an afternoon drinking warm tea gave me some life. Time stood still, shadows drifting along my wall. How long am I gonna do this? Solitude was proving detrimental to the glimmer of my hope. My heart felt heavier with each moment. How lonely the wistful, forlorn mind can become. I've been swept up in the frightening world I didn't understand, and I couldn't possibly control. I can't possibly figure out what's happening to Father if I'm stuck here. Only Hijikata can give me permission to leave, and he's gone. All I could do was wait. Lamenting things I couldn't change wouldn't improve my situation. It would arguably make it worse. I knew I couldn't trust the men of the Shinsengumi completely. They were, after all, men who could take a life in the blink of an eye. It would just be easy for them to end my life. Well, at least they've all been nice to me for now. they're nice men deep down, right?
君さ、騙されやすい性格とか言われない？
Oh my god. Ah! What are you doing here?
あれ？もしかして気づいてなかったのか？この時間帯は
Right?
僕
Yeah.
が君の監視役なんだけど。
Did you hear everything I said? He heard me. He definitely heard me. I wanted to scream, but before I could open my mouth, Saito stepped out from behind the door.
掃除無駄話はそれくらいにして
Wait, were you here the whole time too?
つい先ほど来たばかり
Oh, thank God. I mean, I'm sorry for screaming like that.
気にするそもそも今の人聞かれて困るような内容でもない
True, I didn't say anything bad, but still. Well, I was just embarrassed to be caught talking to myself. As Saito watched me fidgeting and mumbling, his eyes pierced right through me.
夕飯の支度が済んだの邪魔をしただろ
Oh, no, nothing at all.
あんたの掃除の話に一区切りついた声をかけるつもりが放っておくと長引きする話の腰を折らせて
Saito shrugged shortly before we were caught in the sound of footsteps approaching noisily. Heisuke shot through the door. Oh wait, because we can open the menu. Hold on. Oh my god. There we go. Now we should be able to hear them talk way better. Whew. There we go.
あのさ、飯の時間なんだけど。
すまん平介今行く
あ、お前も急げって。早くしねえと食うものなくなっち
Oh my god, that's so much
ま
better.
うからさ。
Sorry, Toto. I'll be there as soon as I can. He turned to leave but halted in his tracks. He pursed his small lips together before speaking.
ああ、その東堂さんってダメだ。みんな平介って呼ぶからそれでいいよ。
Okay, well, I came up with the idea. You're a genius, that's why. Are you sure?
年も近いからその方がしっくりするし。あとそのデスマスもやめようぜ。
Alright, I'll do that then, Heisuke.
そうそう、それでいいや。じゃあ早く行こうぜ。
It's sure, Heisuke is just way better. Big brain. Enormous brain, yeah.
ようやく来たか。
おめえら遅えんだよ。この俺の腹の高鳴りをどうしてくれんだ。
心拍さ、それってただ腹が鳴ってるだけだろ。
Massive,
困るよね、
humongous
こういう
brain.
単純な人。
お前らが来るまで食い始めるのを待っててやった。俺様の寛大な腹に感謝しやがれ。
シンパチそれ寛大な心だろ。それじゃいつものように自分の飯は自分で守れよ。
今日も相変わらずせこい夕飯だよな。というわけで隣の晩ご飯突撃弱肉強食の時代俺様がいただくぜ。
ちょっと心拍さん、なんで俺のおかずばっか狙うかな。
それは体の大きさだ。大きいやつにはそれなりに食う量が必要なんだよ。
You bought yourself a gift? Oh, hell yeah. Treat yourself. What'd you get? You remember the scene? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
じゃあ育ち盛りの俺はもっともっと食わないとね。
毎回毎回こんなんですまないな。
I've gotten used to it.
慣れた恐ろしい
Oh, why aren't you taking anything?
あんまりお腹いっぱいに食べるとバカになるしね。
おいおい、バカとは聞き捨て。だがその飯はいただくぜ。
どうぞどうぞ。僕はお酒をチビチビしてればいいし。
Fucking, I wish. I would go nuts without some food.
じゃあ俺も酒にするかな。
I feel Heisuke being bullied because of my height set.
ただご飯とか気にしないでお腹いっぱい食べるんだよ。
I know. I can't help but feel a little bad though.
気にしなくてもいいが、自分の飯は自分で守る。
Oh, okay. Always eating alone made the experience of dinner with these men both exhilarating and frightening evening for me. It was actually fun.
最初からそうやって笑ってろ。俺らもお前を悪いようにはしないさ。
Harada. His mouth curled up into an honest smile of his own. Had I really looked so down? Perhaps they were all trying to cheer me up. Navita graphics card 4060. Whoa, yo. Nice. Oh, thank God, my water bottle was closed. I almost just killed my whole computer. I better hold on to this, like, better. Oh my God. I was conflicted over whether or not to feel pity for myself or appreciate the moment for what it was. Oh my, mistress. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. Oh fuck. The joy seemed to be winning out, however, and I caught myself smiling as Inoue entered the room.
ちょっといいかいみんな。
He gave me a heart attack, I'm sorry. That was close, yeah. As usual, his voice was warm, but his eyes were at a level of solemnity that I've never seen before, at least during our brief acquaintance thus far. The warmth of the room slowly evaporated.
大阪にいるトシさんから手紙が届いたんだが、三男さんがタイム中に重傷を。
So I'm saying, Inoue does nothing but bad shit for us. He fucked up in the last book. He does nothing but bring bad news and sprain his ankle. All my homies hate Inoue. What?
何があったの？
ああ、二人が訪ねる大阪の呉服屋に老子たちが無理やり押し入ったらしい。駆けつけたトシさんと三男さんがなんとか老子たちを退けたらしいが、その時に切られたそうなんだ。
Is he gonna be alright?
相当の深手だと手紙に書いてあるけど、傷は左腕とのことだ。剣を握るのは難しいみたいだが、命に別状はないそうだよ。
Thank goodness. I exhaled a brief sigh of relief, but the rest of the room was tense, still itching for answers.
数日中には豚書へたどり着くんじゃないかな。それじゃ、私はイサミさんと話があるから。
He turned as he spoke, his words delivered over his shoulder, and he was gone. It was Saito who soon broke the awkward silence.
剣が握れないほどの深手か。腕の筋まで立たれているかもしれん。刀は片腕で容易に扱えるものではない。最悪三男さんは二度と真剣を振るえない。
Oh. At last I understood.
片腕で扱えば刀の威力が損なわれる。そしてつばぜり合いになれば確実に負ける。
薬でも何でも使ってもらうしかないですね。三男さんも納得してくれるんじゃないかな。
そうじ、めったなこと言うもんじゃねえ。幹部が羅刹になってどうするんだよ。
Huh? Wait, that didn't make any sense. What are the Furies?
ああ、羅刹ってのは薬を飲んだら怪我も治っちまう。
平助
Huh? Before I could move, Harada was on his feet and halfway across the room. I barely had time to gasp before he drove his fist into Heisuke. Heisuke, are you okay?
やりすぎだぞ佐野。悪かったな平助。先に口を滑らせたこっちも悪かった。
大丈夫か。悪かったな。
After a moment, Harada curtly nodded to Heisuke in apology, the latter offering a quick pained smile.
いや、今のは俺が悪かったけど。
His punch had enough force to knock out a lesser man, but Heisuke seemed unfazed. It was never clear how different these men were.
今の話は君が聞いちゃいけないことにほんのちょっと首を突っ込んだところだ。これ以上のことは教えられねえんだ。気になるだろうけど 何も聞かないでほしい。それとさっきの平介の話は忘れてくれ。
His voice was friendly, but his eyes gave his words a cold weight that made me feel uncomfortable.
羅刹っていうのは
Ask
かわい
anyway.
そうな子たちの
Yeah, ask anyways, in parentheses, big dick energy. Okita's voice was flat and emotionless. A sudden chill of melancholy entered his eyes. I couldn't bring myself to say anything more. Thankfully, Nagakura broke the awkward
お前
silence.
さんは何も気にしなくていいんだって。だからそんな顔するなよ。
I was only a guest in their house, not a warrior of the Shinsegumi. The truth of the Shinsegumi's secrets were no business of mine, something I'd known. There was little value in that sentiment, however.
忘れろ。深く踏み込めば、あんたの生き死ににも関わりかねない。
I bit my lip and kept silent. The wall between us was almost tangible, almost far too large of an obstacle for me to defeat easily. You gonna try and 100% Natlin? Good luck. Good luck, bro. I finished my dinner in sad silence, excused myself, and returned to my room. I had a great deal to think about. Furies, huh? I wondered to myself if the Furies referred to the Raksha pictured in the Buddhist texts. Though I wasn't well versed and recalled reading a text about a man-eating demon god with that name. I have no idea where to start. From drinking the medicine to Captain becoming a Fury? Ugh. No, I wasn't supposed to think about these things. I was only going to get myself in trouble if I stuck my nose where it didn't belong. Seeing or hearing the wrong thing could kill me. If I die, I'll have a hard time looking for my father. The Shinsegumi captains are keeping themselves hush around me, especially about the Furies. Are they doing it to protect me? Even if I dug around, I'm sure nothing good would come of it. With that in mind, I did my best to clear my head of the evening's events and slipped into my futon. (1864) March. I think we're gonna save here. I'm gonna pause the story. Can I save here? I can. Save. 2. So the Furies are Kaneki. Now don't hate me, but I don't know much about Tokyo Ghoul, so maybe noise. Yeah, Higurashi I always liked taking a stream per chapter, but Hakuoki I have no idea how long sometimes the chapter will last. Like what was it? Remember the chapter 3 marathon or whatever? Chapter 3 took us like 3 streams to get through. It was like a 6-hour chapter. Made pretty good progress, yeah. And to be fair, we would have made it a little further had I not like fucked up the technical stuff at the beginning. Like had the sound worked and all the things and all this and that and this and that, you know. Next time it'll be a little easier and I'll get a little bit further, I think. Bluma didn't watch Tokyo Ghoul. Yeah, no, I didn't. I watched a couple episodes and then fell off it. I don't know what it was. It couldn't hold my attention, I guess. Yeah, you were about to say, yeah, Ryusu remembers. Yeah, like at one point, like, yeah. No, chapter 3 is like a 5-hour thing all by itself. And each route can be a different length. Like, I don't know if you remember also when we were reading it, but even Muffin was like, I'll look at a guide to make sure we're, like, at least staying on the route. I'm like, okay, cool, thanks. And, like, I got to a question, I'm like, damn, I really don't know. Muffin, does the guide say anything? He's like, no. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, those choice isn't on the guide. I was like, oh, did we fuck up? So it's like, you can make the chapter longer by just picking a weird option, you know what I mean? So, for now, tonight, with how EP I am and everything, we're just gonna pause it. We haven't started though. That's the important thing. I learned that the female lead in live action Tokyo Ghoul was an occult. Oh my. Bachi bachi bachi, yeah. Pachi, anyway, we got the game working. That was the big thing, because it's been, you know, a year almost, or 9 months since we last did Hakuoki. But yeah, there's a taste of it. I think you picked a different answer. I mean, eventually, yeah. Because, like, on that one, he's like, yeah, that's not for Iba. Either one, like, it doesn't matter which choice you pick. Iba doesn't care. And I'm like, then why the fuck are we doing this? It is because I picked a weird option earlier in the chapter, which led us down a side road, yada, 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 yada. But yeah, anyways, guys, that's it for tonight. We'll definitely be streaming again this week. We might, fuck it, we might even have book club another night this week, just to, like, get a little bit further in Hakuoki. This is my kind of visual novel. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, thanks, guys, for hanging out. Thank you. Thank you. I always appreciate you. Always, always, always. Yeah, I'm happy to be back with Hakuoki. It does feel really nostalgic. It feels really good. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully we'll read... I don't know. Maybe we'll read this Friday so we can go for, like, a really long time and try and get a few chapters done. So yeah, maybe that's what we'll do Friday night. Well, actually, no. We'll have to... We're actually going to play Elden Ring on Friday. I changed my mind. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for the stream. Thank you. Thank you, Jose. Yeah. Yeah, no, changed my mind. We're playing Elden Ring on Friday because... Well, maybe not. I'll decide in a minute, I guess. Because here's the thing. I had to work on Saturday. I'm so pissed. I gotta work on Saturday, so I don't know if, like... I don't know for sure if it'll be like we do Elden Ring after my work, or do we just do Elden Ring on Friday to make sure we get some Elden Ring time in this week. I'll decide. Either way, I mean, I think we'll definitely do this another night this week, just because Hakuoki. But anyway, I've been yapping and waffling for no reason for a while. I'm tired. I need to drink some water and go to bed. So anyway, guys, if I don't see you in the next one, I'll see you when I see you. Y'all have a good night, a good evening, and goodbye. Bye-bye.